Yo, what is up, Patreon? So today we're going to do a video on how I rate women, and based on those ratings, how do I interact with them? So I feel like, we all rate women and like she's a 6, she's an 8, she's a 9, she's a dime, whatever it may be. I'm gonna let you know exactly how I think about it. So I wrote down the list right here. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first one, 1 through 4, this is ugly. This is an ugly, unattractive chick. I won't look twice at you. Hopefully you guys are not getting with any of these types of girls. These girls are morbidly overweight and or just overweight in itself. Don't have great facial features at all. Just don't have a lot going for themselves physically. And you know what's crazy? A girl in these categories will still pull dudes who are like 5 and 6s, because the 5 and 6s who are dudes tend to be a little bit more desperate than girls of the same caliber. Funny, right? But we're not going to get into that in this video. Just know 1 to 4, you're ugly. All right, a 5 is somebody who's not like butt ugly, they're just unattractive. I've heard some dudes tell me like 5s meant that they were average, but to me 5, you're just unattractive. Like you ain't butt ugly, but you ain't like cute either. You're just like more on the unattractive. You're average, but more on the unattractive range, All right, next one, 6. 6 is average to me. Think of just an average girl in your head. Like she's not cute, she's not ugly, just very plain. Nothing that stands out about her, no crazy features. For me too, I must say that the way my ratings are depicted could also be inflated or deflated based on their body. I'm not sure about you guys, but I value body almost more than I do face. I would rather mess with a chick who has a 6, 7 face with a crazy body, like big boobs, nice ass, big ass, stuff like that, than a girl who has a dime face, like picture perfect model face, who is skinny. I don't know what it is, but that's just me. I've been with girls who have really nice faces, but in the bedroom, it makes no difference because I can't get it up. I need something to feel on, So that's just me. But yeah, like I was saying, 6 is pretty average. I don't mess with 6s really. 7 is cute. A 7 girl is a cute girl. So she's not pushing like the sexy threshold, hot threshold, but she's attractive, like she's cute. You look at her and you just want to give her a hug type of thing, You guys have seen it. Some girls get offended when you call them cute instead of sexy, because girls want to be sexy, but some girls you just fall in the cute range. And it could be because of their personality too. But remember, like I said, all this is pretty much just face and body. All right, 8 is attractive. This is where the girls I start to mess with. 8 is attractive. So you have a very nice face and also you have body to go along with it. You can't reach a threshold of 8 in my book if you don't have any sort of body, like I mentioned a few minutes ago. So usually 8s I tend to find more of in my area, a lot more frequent than 6s, 7s, 9s, and 10s, which we'll get into. And these are the girls that I tend to mostly deal with, just because 8s tend to not have as much of an inflated ego. They tend to have less Instagram followers, which actually makes a difference in regards to a girl's ego and attitude, believe it or not. And so moving up, 9s. 9 is hot. Like she's smoking. She has sex appeal about her. She's attractive. She has an amazing body, all the above. And even she looks great without makeup. This is a hot girl. Now I've dated a handful of 9s here and there. I would say 9s come across, if I'm actively pursuing or putting myself out there, once every 2 to 3 months, a solid 9 will come around. But they don't come around often. It's really dependent on your location and where you live, of course, your status, your money, all these other factors, and of course your personal attractiveness. Now we're reaching in a threshold where these 9s and up are mostly dealing with rappers, athletes, and entertainers, especially if they have Instagram followers. An average guy, or even a guy like myself who has a moderate level of status and clout, sometimes still can't even compete with these types of girls with the type of dudes that these girls are seeing. Unfortunately, But like I said, every now and then I'll come across a 9 who has like not that many followers, just happens to find me attractive, and it all works out. All right, a 10, a dime, a 10 out of 10 bullseye. She's sexy, she's bad, she's hot. Like, you look at her, this is the type of girl where you look at, and this might sound a bit simpish, but we all have seen this type of girl, whether it be online or in person, and like you almost can't believe that she's real, or like she literally imprints you just based on her physical looks alone. Like, you start fantasizing a whole life with her, you start undressing her with your eyes, like you start to feel some type of way when you just look at her. That's what you call a dime, guys. And every now and then you run into these types of girls, and hopefully you're not mistaking them from 9s, because they could be like 9.5, but every now and then you'll come across a dime. It's really, really rare, but also I noticed that dimes tend to have enhancements about themselves. So it could be either makeup, surgery, body. I'm talking about like a good looking natural surgery, like things you don't even realize, like, oh, they got liposuction to make their waist to hip ratio better. They filled out their hip dips surgically to make themselves more of an hourglass frame. They got an ass job that looks really good and is natural. They got boob job, you know. I find, this could be my own opinion, but I find that it's hard to come across a natural, completely natural dime without any enhancements. And I feel like that's what really separates the 8s and 9s from the 10s in regards to women, is the surgical and different enhancements that they do. Now keep in mind that sometimes you can't actually see a dime on Instagram and actually think she's a dime, because Instagram and pictures, there's so much manipulation that has been done before that picture is uploaded. Keep in mind, girls always take hundreds of pictures, and I know this because I'm an influencer too. I literally do the same exact thing. So they take hundreds of pictures, pick the best one. They already have makeup and enhancements going on, and then they further enhance the picture even more to their strengths and take away their flaws. So that's why you really can't trust Instagram at all. I met girls who look like 9s and 10s on IG, but in person they look more like a 7, like an 8. But then I met girls who were more 6s, 7s on IG, but they were more 8 and 9 in person. So keep that in mind. Every time I meet a girl in person now, I'm just hoping that she looks better in person, because those tend to be the best girls that I deal with. And you'll surprise yourself. All right, now that we got my rating system out the way, let's talk about where do I classify girls and what I rate them in regards to my life. So there are different things you can put a girl in, such as a friends with benefits basket. A friends with benefit basket is somebody who you just have sex with, you don't go out with them or anything. A rotation girl, a girl you go out with, have dates with, actively see and have sex with, and or relationship. Those are exclusive relationship. Those are the 3 main categories, right? So like I said, I value body just as much as I do face, but sometimes a body can literally make it for a girl or break it for a girl. That's how serious I am about body. I just love a girl with a nice body. I can't do skinny girls. I can't do overweight girls. So how I actually rank these girls is, first, when I see a girl, I ask myself, would I have sex with her? And this is done within 3 seconds. I do it to girls do it to you too, subconsciously. So basically, for me to even have sex with a girl, I would say she has to have an average face and has to have some sort of ass. Like I already mentioned, this has to have an ass. It could be a little one, it could be a big one, but I can't do up and down. I can't do straight up and down. Can't do it. So the lowest ranking that this girl has is like a 6 or a 7. So the lowest I would go is a 6. But like I said, she has to have a nice body. But I would not go out in public with this girl. I would not like make her rotation. Just friends with benefits. You can come over the crib, we can have fun, but besides that, that's it. It's like a new age sneaky link, if you know what that is. Literally a girl who you just see at night. All right, the next kind of ranking or tier I go into is I ask myself, could I go out in public with this chick? And then for me to want to go out in public with her, she has to be attractive, have an attractive face, and also have a nice body. And personality-wise, we have to vibe well together. I know if y'all seen the things where girls are like, oh, personality is huge for me, personality matters the most. I would say personality is definitely important, but after physical attraction, even for me, I have to be really physically attracted to you first. And then if your personality is cool and we vibe well together, that's what's gonna make me like you even more, right? So girls who kind of match all of this tend to range between 7.5 and 8.5 on the scale. And this is where I deal with the minimum. The minimum. Even when I'm on dating apps or I see a girl in person, what I always ask myself is, could I see myself going out in public with her? Funny story, and the reason why I do this is because I used to mess with girls who were like, you know, 6s, 7s, and they might have nice bodies. Like, I like having sex with them, but I didn't want to go out with them. Partly because me being a high value guy and like a more attractive guy, I felt like we didn't complement. It sucks when, well, it doesn't suck, but you don't want to be going out with a girl and everybody in their head is like, how did she get him? You know what I mean? Like, I know girls date up and guys date down, but still, I don't want a girl who's physically lesser than me. I need a girl who compliments me, or a girl that even makes me look even better. Those are the best girls to go out with. And I have a rotation chick who I've been seeing for months now, and I honestly, like, we have sex and all that, but I actually love going out with her too. Is because when we go out together, like, we pop out together. Like, people literally stare at us, and we compliment each other so well. And those are the best girls to be around. Like, people look at y'all and, you know, they say, wow, like, that's an attractive couple. Y'all look good together. And you don't want to be on the opposite end, like I said, with a girl who, you know, might have a nice ass, but like, she ain't physically, facially there. Like, can't do it. So like I said, I tend to deal with most in the 7.5 to 8.5 category. They tend to hit all of that. Now the next tier is 9 pluses. 9 pluses, I've already described what they are. They're hot, they're sexy, they're bad, they're a dime, 10 out of 10. These girls, what I realize is that I have really high physical attraction for. And the reason why I know this is because I didn't know this was possible, by the way. I'm about to go real juicy and deep with you guys, but I get hard just by looking at them. Like, the 9s I've dealt with, I needed 0 foreplay. 0. Literally just laying by them or like touching them and looking at them, especially when they're naked. Let's say we're taking a shower or something. Instantly, I just get hard. And I didn't know that was possible until I actually got with the girl I was that physically attracted to. And if you guys haven't gotten with the girl you're that physically attracted to, then you haven't messed with the 9 or above yet. So with the 9s and aboves, obviously they hit all the other points, right? I can go out in public with them. They have nice body, they have nice faces, pretty much everything going for them physically. But also another thing in regards to how I know if I see them as a 9 or plus is if I would go down on them. I know I haven't answered this question because some people are curious, you know, do you go down on girls? And I would tell you, out of the many girls I've been with, it's only a handful of girls that I actually did. And I have some prerequisites before I even do that. First one, I have to see them as a 9 or above. Number 2 is that I don't do it first. So after they go down on me, and after that has happened for like a few times, let's say 5 or so times, and then if I still feel that physical attraction, that's when I'll do it. Number 3, obviously hygiene, super clean types of girls. I can't mess with no dirty girls or girls who have BV, if you know what that is, or any sort of smells. Can't do it. I will literally gag and puke. I've had horror stories with that. And I think that's about it. So if I see a girl and I tell myself like, yo, I would eat that girl out, that's how I know I see her as a 9 or plus. And I do have a girl in my rotation. Oh yeah, speaking about rotation, this is a girl who I make priority, like my rotation. Like, I invest in her in regards to, you know, first, second date, whatever it may be. And is a girl who I'm actually want to put into my rotation of girls. But like I was saying, I do have a 9 plus that I'm seeing right now, and I actually do go down on her. I do. And she is that sexy and attractive. She's feminine. She's cooperative with me. She's very reciprocative. Everything about her, I love. And I feel like that's also like a red pill guy's kryptonite is like seeing a girl who has like the physical looks you're really physically attracted to. Very feminine, very nurturing, very caring, very understanding. After a long period of time, and she wants a relationship. I'm not sure if you guys have ever been in a situation like that, but it's very hard because you understand, when you understand female nature, it can almost like fuck with you at the same time, because like you understand that she's acting like this in the moment and how things can change, but at the same time you're thinking like, man, if I wasn't red pill, if I wasn't aware of female nature, this girl right here, I probably would have cuffed up already. It's just the honest truth. Well, hopefully you guys understand my ranking now, 1 through 10, and the girls I tend to mostly deal with, and how you can actually create your own ranking system, I guess, too. Stay tuned to the Patreon, because like I said, doing some traveling, got some uncut vlogs coming. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.